even though it's not really positioned as tester to do it. But another thing I did was to help marketing with screenshots.
Oh yeah.
And at some point I did actually the screenshots for this truck as well.
Very nice. So when we got out of the paint job, you were the ones that took the photos for that?
I don't think it was that. It was something else. But I remember I had to take a couple of shots with that one.
Very cool. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
There's always a big responsibility because you got to think about, oh, how's it going to be framed and the lighting and.
Oh yeah, it took me a while to get it right, especially with American Truck Simulator, because then I actually did a couple more screenshots for American Truck, not more for ETS. And of course, you know, I did some shots, but then this one has this one has that. Cannot use, you know, it has to be really perfect.
Yeah. Understood. All right, so I think as I can see on your GPS, you're actually approaching the end destination. Would you like to do the parking challenge at this point, or would you like to do another short job afterwards and do it then? Completely up to you.
We can do it. We can do it already, so we can get with the questions done.
So we'll do it. Sorry, do you want to do it later?
No.
Now? Yeah, we'll do it now. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So as you approach the industry, I'll explain to the chat a little bit. Chat, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. Thank you for coming along, by the way. Good to have you here. But we do something during these little interview gameplay developer streams where we do something called the parking challenge, and basically,
crashed.
Oh, dang!
Oh my!
Another bug that we took.
No, it's not a bug. That was me. That was if any bug, it was my driving.
I was trying to get you off, man. Don't worry. Got you.
Oh, thanks.
But no, yeah. We do the parking challenge where we challenge our staff here at the company to reverse a trailer in the quickest time possible. And I have the leaderboard up. I'm not sure if Philip, do you have the leaderboard that we can show on stream? I'm not sure if he does have it or not. Yeah, I'm sure if he does have it, he'll bring it up in a minute. But if not, don't worry, that's fine. But basically, we've had many of our members of STS rise up to the challenge of the parking challenge. And some of them have got longer times, some of them have got shorter times. For example, Demiro, I'm going to call you out, buddy, but 4 minutes and 6 seconds was his time for reversing a trailer into a spot. But then you have our top three. First place right now, we have Patrick, who's the map DLC in American Truck Simulator. He did it in 1 minute and 1 second. So that is currently the bar for first place. Second place, we have Sissel, who did it in 1 minute and 12 seconds. And in third place, I'm not meaning to flex here because I had to do it. 1 minute and 13 seconds.
Yeah.
That was my time. So quite quick times, but I mean, you said you felt pretty confident about it, right?
Yeah, I feel confident, but I think I'm going to be the last.
Well, we can find out. So first, what you'll need to do, you'll need to select the option for the hardest delivery. If you can find that, we'll give you a minute to do that, of course.
Yeah. No, it's
so
fine,
your top option there of where do you need it?
Okay.
And then you can click confirm.
Okay.
And basically, the rules are the timer will start when you start moving. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the official SCS phone out here. The official SCS timer.
And can I drive it from outside or from inside only?
There we go, SCS timer. So you can do it from any camera position that you like. You can do it external.
Okay, so let's go outside because otherwise.
Inside, outside. I mean, if you want to impress the chat, by all means, interior is the best way to go.
No, chat.
But if you want to do it outside, then that's no problem.
Okay.
So that's your rules there. Basically, you can use any camera you like, and you just have to do it in the quickest time. So you can take a look now before you start moving.
Yeah.
But once you start moving, the timer will start, and we'll time you on your. So chat, let me know, what do you think the time's going to be? Put some predictions in the chat. I would like to hear what your predictions are going to be.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever it is. Let's see if we can get anyone who's the closest. Someone's already put in 48 seconds, 2 minutes. We're going to have some predictions coming.
10
Let's see who
seconds
gets
will
the
be the time
closest.
to move.
All right, so whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Okay.
We can get the timer started.
So
just let me know when you start driving, or I can see you anyway. So here we go.
All right. So let's start. So here we go. Moving.
Okay, the timer has started. The timer is on the way, and here we go. Head with your parking challenge here, and let's see your technique. This is always the most interesting part, is the technique.
Yeah.
And you've got quite a good trailer for this one, I think. Actually, the tanker's quite easy to move around. lots of predictions coming in. People saying 1 minute 43, 1 minute, 6 minutes and 37 seconds. People are very specific here about their timing. What are we going to see?
And I made it wrong.
Uh-oh.
But it's almost there, so it's fine.
This is a quick one. I feel like this is a quick one.
More or less fine now. Oh no, it's too awful. Yeah, I think. Whatever. Green.
Time has stopped.
I activated the radio, not the controller.
That's alright.
Alright. I think I did it rather quicker than I expected. I'd figure out minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe maximum.
Well, I can reveal to you that you did it in.
Drum roll.
1 minute.
Ooh.
10 seconds.
Oh wow, okay.
1 minute and 10 seconds and 3 milliseconds. So that puts you in second place on the leaderboard.
Nice.
Pushing me off third place. I'm so nice to you. What have I done to deserve this? But you are taking second place on the leaderboard.
Second place on the leaderboard.
Sylvia third. Patrick's going to first go 1 minute and 10 seconds. Did anybody in the chat that get that close for predictions? Let us know. But there you go. Congratulations. There you go. 1 minute and 10 seconds to reverse. I think you could have done it sub 1 minute if you got it in that first time. But I think it's a very respectable time.
Yeah, it was much better than I expected.
Congratulations on the second place in our SCS Software Party Challenge.
Yeah, I can tell you that with the stuff I've been working on, especially with the cannot tell what exactly, let me tell you that it takes way longer to get it right, so I'm really glad it was this case.
Good stuff. Well, there we have it, folks. See if anyone managed to get this right. Cool.
So let's see if I can uncouple the trailer. Here we go, okay, good. Nice.
Oh, did someone said 69 seconds, which is basically
It's
1 minute 16. I think that's a nice number, first of all. But second of all, I mean, that's pretty close to the time.
Yeah.
I wonder who that was. Oh, K-Man 3107. Congratulations, my friend. You did get the closest time to the prediction. Well done to you. You nailed that guess. Good stuff. Alright, well, there you go. I think you can relax a little bit now.
Yeah, it was, I mean, the trailer is completely off, but I don't care.
Yeah, you did really good there. You did really good.
So let's take another job.
Alright. So, let's go back to our quick question. Since we started off on those, we just talked about your favourite truck, and feel free to do whatever you want to do driving wise. You can do or job or whatever.
Can I get another job?
But let's carry on with these quick questions. And the question next is, do you have a favourite DLC?
Oh, that's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
This is a tough question. Okay, well, favourite DLC, definitely American. Wow, okay. Difficult. It's definitely a Mac DLC, of course. Really, I think Colorado is probably my favorite so far. It's the most recent one. Let's say that I really have like sort of I'll say emotional feeling with Utah, because I really saw it from the beginning as it was like the first map ever that I worked on. However, Colorado is really nice. It's really pretty. Like everyone who is involved with the work did it so amazing, and I can tell you that with a new lightning it will look even better. So that's definitely something to look forward
to. You're right.
to.
I love the the research and everything that really went into Colorado, and
Yeah,
you know, what they managed to pull off with that DLC was really, really fantastic. I completely agree
yeah.
with you on that one.
And it has my work colleagues made a funny Easter egg with me there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can't really see it like easily. You have to use the free camera or the debug camera, wherever. What am I doing? Sometimes I think this truck is moving backwards, but there's a little funny Easter egg which has someone taking pictures of trains next to a Kenworth W900 with a paw print on it and the dog on the seat.
Oh, okay.
It's a trucker dog.
So it's a reference to you.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. That's quite cool to have your own little Easter egg in there.
Yeah, definitely. And I can tell you, it's not going to be the only Easter egg with me in the games. So there's
Very
something
cool.
else to look forward to as well, and I cannot tell what, of course.
Of course not. But be on the lookout, people. Keep your eyes peeled while you're driving out there.
Yeah.
Do you prefer driving with an interior or an exterior camera?
I prefer to drive with interior. Driving the car. I'm not so boring on exterior right now. I will be working on that. So it's taking me a while to couple up to the trailer.
Oh, okay. Having a bit of trouble with it, it seems. Yeah, no, I definitely prefer to drive interior. I think it's much better for the immersion and such as well. Okay, so do you prefer hard or easy parking?
Hard parking is my favorite.
Oh, just because you like the challenge?
No, not really. It's really just because I like the whole shunting stuff. You know, not to just arrive at. Why am I not? Oh, okay. I can grab it now. Okay, good. I like it in general because it's very interesting to discover how you will park the truck, and sometimes you have, you know, in America you have the bigger trucks, so they're not the easiest ones to park. Whereas here this one is very easy, but it's more fun than to just arrive and drop the cargo and leave.
Of course, yeah. I think I prefer the hard parking as well, for sure. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy it. Like you said, it's a lot of fun. I imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, like people are saying in the chat right now, like it's almost much more realistic, as truckers might be delivering in the real world. So that's
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
All right, next question. Getting a bit more into speaking of the real world, actually. What is the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning? Do you have some sort of routine? Do you have like a coffee or a tea or something like that? Or
Well, eat breakfast, I'd say.
it's a good answer. I mean, having food is important in the morning. Yep.
Yeah.
And what would you say your typical breakfast is? Do you have like a cereal or a hot
Yeah,
breakfast?
I tend to eat some cereals, or when I was traveling to work, normally I just bring something with me and eat it on the train. It could be some croissant or some protein bar or something. Because really random.
That's so good. Do you have a favorite food on the subject?
Oh yeah. You know, I'm a huge fan of Portuguese cuisine because it's my home country cuisine, and I love a meal which is called francesinha, which is it's kind of like a meat sandwich, really.
Okay.
And it's served with this really good sauce and French fries. And when people look at it, they were like, "Oh yeah, it looks like a calorie bomb on it or something," and it does look like that, but it's really good. So whenever I go to Portugal, I try to eat it. And I was there, I think, in 2019, or if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I was there. And I actually met with the Portuguese community of SCS software fans. I was there with a good friend, Pedro. He's called Pumizo on the forums and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. He's been working a lot, like helping with the Iberia research and stuff like that. So yeah, I met with him for the first time actually. I've never seen him before in person. And I went with him to the north of Portugal, and we went to a restaurant with the whole, with a lot of people from the community, and we had a francesinha. It was really nice, yeah.
That's really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite parts of the job is meeting up with the community.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
lucky enough within my position to go to expos in the past, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not recently, of course, with everything that's been going on, as you can imagine, but in the past, the first year that I was there, Gamescom and places like that,
Yeah.
PAX West and Seattle, and yeah, the community are really special. Everyone I've spoken to have been really, really nice and always show so much
Definitely.
appreciation for the game and the developers and everything that's going on.
I've actually had a friend of mine also on the forum. I don't know if he's watching the stream or not, if he will watch it. He goes by the name of Elliot. And he recently got his CDL.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And of course he's a fan of our games, he plays our games, so he told me that he drives a lot our Volvo VNL, which is a truck that he got as well to work, I believe. So he was pretty happy about it. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to him. Yeah, I mean, I love hearing those stories. Those stories
it's
are
really
cool
amazing how our game inspires people to just follow their dream and become real trucker. I think that's one of the really awesome things.
Yeah, I don't think there's many games out there that can say that they do the same thing. I think it's only a small handful of them. Yeah. So happy to kind of be a part of that little handful of games that inspire kind of future generations of drivers and truckers and people who fly, pilots. You've got the flight sims and stuff out there, so it's really, really cool. All right, going on to the next question. Do you have a favorite drink? It can be alcoholic or it can be non-alcoholic.
Coca-Cola is my favorite drink. That's an easy question. I love my Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Do you know what? I'll be honest, I made a rookie mistake when I came to the Czech Republic for the first time, because I thought Coca-Cola was kind of like the Czech Republic's own version of cola.
Oh, it is pretty much it. Yeah, it is, but it's completely different.
It is completely different, and it wasn't what I was expecting. Maybe for people who don't know what Coca-Cola is, maybe you could try to explain it to them.
Yeah, I will try to explain it. Coca-Cola is a traditional Czech and Slovak drink. It's very much like Coke, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or stuff like that. But it seems to use maybe less sugar. And it has a very specific taste because it's made of herbs, and also it has a very distinctive flavor because of you call it licorice. Yeah, it uses licorice as well, and caramelized sugar, so caramel. So it has a very, very specific taste to it, and it's in the Czech Republic. It's also served from the tap, like they serve beer. So they also serve it from the tap in some places, and it's really good. It's like the best form of it. But yeah, it is. Most people don't like it because it's very different. Funny story, I actually didn't like it the first time I tried it when my girlfriend brought it to Portugal. And she remembers it. She's sitting next to me here. But yeah.
No, but, I mean, that's probably the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of it, because unfortunately I'm not a big fan of licorice. Squeeze-wise. So when I first tasted it, I was like, this is completely not what I was expecting.
Yeah, honestly, I don't like licorice that much myself. I don't like the taste of it, but the Coca-Cola is nice.
And Namiro is saying in the chat, it's basically like a less sweet, more sour kind of drink. He's saying.
Kind of like. I barely can't see anything because of the sun.
Oh yeah,
and I don't have my lights on either.
There.
That's going to be a nice adventure. I'm going to have to stop the truck to turn on the lights, otherwise I'm going to crash.
Alright, next question.
Yep.
What is your favorite music genre, I guess we can say? Do you have a favorite genre of music?
Well, hard to tell really, because I just put the
wipers on.
The wipers on, okay, cool. I think I might have turned on the lights as well. The thing is that these big paws of mine are not the easiest ones. Okay, well, we are going to. Oh my God! Yeah. Okay, we're getting over there. Okay, that's good. Right. What was the question? Sorry, I forgot.
Favorite genre of music?
Oh, favorite genre of music. Oh, I'm a huge fan of 90s stuff. 80s, 90s can be dance music, can be sort of rave kind of music. I don't know. It really depends on the music, but also I like some early 2000s. I also like modern music, so I'm a bit like, I don't really have a favorite genre. I like a lot And speaking of which, actually, I wanted to tell you and your friends who are involved with Truckers FM that it's a really good job that you guys do, because I see lots of people enjoying it, and sometimes I also turn it on because it's nice. It's so cool that they even get the live traffic from Truckers MP on
Yep.
It's a really nice idea, and it's very cool. It's really cool. So shout out for you guys.
Yeah, it's a project that I've worked on since before I even joined SES, and it's still going on, and it's still growing and gaining more listeners from around the world, which is always very, very exciting. So yeah, no, appreciate it. I'll make sure to pass on all of the praises along to the team for sure. Next question: do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Good question. Tough one. I'd say, I guess my favorite movie would be both the Superdog or it's called both the Superdog, I think it was, because it is basically what I based my character, as you can see. So it was because of that movie.
Oh wow, okay. You know what? I never made the connection, but it makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
I never made the connection before, but fair enough. Yeah, good movie, that one. Do you have a favorite game of all time? Is there like one game that you just really love to play?
Yeah. I must admit, I'm sorry to my colleagues and everyone, but my favorite game is Train Simulator.
Yep, I thought it would be.
It's just the game I play the most. I really enjoy it. I have lots of fun with it because of that.
Of course, and like, I mean, I imagine that everybody, understands, about it, because if you play kind of Truck Simulator or Flight Simulator, you kind of get why people enjoy it. It's relaxing, it can be challenging, and it can be a lot of fun. And I know on Train Simulator, I mean, massive props and there's some groups on there that just go for hours and hours on end, and some of the work that goes into their game as well is just absolutely crazy as well, which just blows my mind sometimes. Okay, next question. Do you prefer to play on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox?
PC,
yes. I think most people prefer answer PC.
Of course.
we have a few console players. I know Chenda really enjoys his Xbox, so it's not too.
Well, when I was younger, I used to play a lot on PS1, PS2, but then I very much didn't switch to PC ever since.
Yeah, I was exactly the same, because I think at those times I didn't have a PC that was powerful enough to run the games I wanted to play. So then I switched to so I played them on the console, and then when I got a PC powerful enough, then I switched to PC. And I haven't been back since. I haven't had a console since PlayStation 3, I think. So I had myself the big block one that was like 30 gigabytes of storage only.
Oh my god.
And now I'm sitting here with a PC that has 2 terabytes in it. Technology just advances so
it's crazy. I still remember when I had to save my games on PS2 with an amazing 8 megabyte memory card.
I mean, one of the consoles that I owned way back in the day, one of the first consoles, was a Dreamcast. I'm not sure if anyone remembers the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. We had great games in there like Crazy Taxi and Rayman and all sorts of fun games, Soul Seeker. And Sonic the Hedgehog, of course, as well. But they had memory cards that actually slotted into the controller, and the memory card had a screen on it, and like little things would happen on the screen while you're playing the game as well. And that was a lot of fun. That was very unique. But I think, like you said, it's something like a whopping 4 to 8 megabytes of memory storage. So it really is incredible. Back in the day, it makes you think like, how did they get it so small? Wow. All right, and I think we might have already answered this one, but the final question we have here is one thing you like most about SES.
Oh, like I said, I think the people make it worthwhile. It's really amazing, the whole team. And then speaking of everyone in general, including CEO, so our Pavel, CEO Pavel, it's amazing. Like, he's an amazing person. It was really amazing to meet him the first time I came to the office. Very positive, very open for us, but also everyone really in my team, the QA team. I have really got really great team leader and boss. They're always very supportive with me. communicate a lot. It's really nice. Yeah. So definitely the people. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy talking and meeting the new work colleagues and everyone. Yeah. It's just a pity that we have to work from home, but
Yeah,
definitely the people make it worthwhile. Definitely.
Yeah, hopefully we can all meet up again one day soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully this year. Hopefully, that's
hopefully
my
this
hope,
year. Yeah.
that we can all be back together again this year, because it is a really nice feeling in the office, and of course there's lots of great people in the office. And I remember the first time I came back to the office after the first initial kind of wave of stuff that was happening in the world with the pandemic. But so many people have been hired during that time. I know them and I haven't met them. There's still a lot of them that I haven't met, but I've spoken to them over, our staff chat. So it's really interesting. All right, well, it's a good time you're pulling in actually into the petrol station here, the gas station.
Yeah.
I call it, because that is at the end of the questions I have here.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if there's any other questions people want to throw into the chat maybe for the last couple more minutes. But while you do that, just want to remind everybody, the deadline or the end of our World of Trucks event is coming up pretty fast for the Xmas Wise Giving event, and also in Colorado. And those are two World of Trucks events that are happening at the same time. For the first time in SES history, it's kind of a big deal. But if you want to earn free rewards in games for both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, some lovely Christmas themed stuff, as well as some Colorado paint jobs and interior items as well, then head over to worldofTrucks.com and find all the details there. But you have only until 17th of January to participate. And after that, the event will finish. So you need to finish your personal goals by then. I think it's like 15 deliveries in the Xmas Wise Giving event to and from the cities, any of the cities. And for those in Colorado, it's 2 deliveries from all of the cities in Colorado. I hope I've got that right. But anyway, all the details you need to find at our blog.
They're all in the game on the blog.
On the game as well, yeah, especially in game as well. I keep forgetting in game as well. You go onto the menu and click on escape. If you're on the latest version, you should see it at the top. Progress thing, we can open up the information there as well. So
that's another thing we test as well. We also test this stuff as well. So again, another thing I do is World of Trucks testing. So trucks testing also involves us checking if the links are working, these are explicit stuff like that. So we test really a lot.
All right. Quick question here from PDX Mark, asking, what is your favourite train?
It's Vectron! Vectron!
Get to mention it. Mo asking who does the Portuguese voice navigation in the game. I'm not sure.
It's me. It's actually me.
Is it actually you?
Yeah, the Portuguese male version is me. And the female voices, work colleague I used to work with in the previous job, both Brazilian female and male versions are also ex-colleagues of mine, and I know them, and they were quite nice with me, and we were like nice friends to each other. So I told them, hey, if you're interested, so if you want to come and do some recordings with us, because they were actually also involved in work like quality, because I also did like quality control in my previous job. They were also involved in this, so I knew that their quality is good for this. So I invited them, and it was nice. Yeah, but indeed, Portuguese male voice is mine.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a cool fact.
Yeah,
it was listen to it.
Yeah, it was really fun to do that. Yeah, it was on the recording session with the sound engineer, and we had this script to follow. It was really interesting. Yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome. We got You the Fox asking, I've got a pretty small question, but how's your day been?
My day has been nice. Like I said, I've been busy testing something that I cannot talk about yet. Maybe I'll give you just a little something to hope for. Is it should come with the new open beta version 140. So it's something you'll see once it's out. So yeah, that's all I can tell. It's something extra for ATS.
All right.
Nothing else.
Looking forward to it. Well, folks, I mean, I was going to say that's all we really have time for here, but is there anything you wanted to say before we disappear?
Oh, well, actually, it's so quick. The time just flies by like just fast. It's crazy. I'd like to thank everyone of our teams at SES for such an amazing experience. It's really nice to be here. It's nice my colleagues to work here. I feel very fortunate to have actually got this job, so I'm very thankful and very happy in SES. I would like to also shout out to the community of our games that you're doing like an amazing job. And I always enjoy watching screenshots that you make and share on Twitter, or I go to the forums sometimes. You know, I do watch stuff. I don't comment not that much, but I watch it. So props to everyone. Really good job. Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you for joining us, of course.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Taking your time out and coming to the office.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
And it's also been snowing in Prague.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit of a trek to get out there. So.
Fortunately, it was not snowing when I came here. It was snowing in the morning. Even where I live, I don't live in Prague. I live close to, but it was snowing in the morning, but in the afternoon it wasn't. So it was actually quite a fine journey. So hopefully the same going back home.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Have those safe travels home. Of course, everyone else who's going to be disappearing as well, we wish you safe travels as well. But no, thank you again for coming. It's been really a lot of fun. We're catching up with you as well, of course.
I'm very happy.
And for anyone who might be watching this as well, I'm sure we'll be definitely publishing this video on this YouTube channel. So if you're just joining us, then don't worry, we are going to be recording on our official YouTube channel on SES Software. And of course, you can find out all the latest news, announcements, and updates. You'll hear it at first at our blog, blog.sessoft.com. You can find it all there. So again, thank you for joining us, folks. We really do appreciate you. You are really our best community ever. Really excited for what we can show you in 2021 as well. There's lots of exciting things to come in the future. We're very, very excited to bring those to you. But in the meantime, we hope you stay happy, healthy, and safe. Also, we just want to give a massive shout out to all of the guys and girls from our team who joined us in the stream. Timmy, Chenda, I saw Benny, Miro, lots of our colleagues in the stream today looking after you as well in the chat, and also a massive thank you to Philip as well behind the scenes, making the production shot possible. Exactly, so a massive thank you to him as well. So from all of us here at SES Software, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon. So take it easy, guys. See you then. Bye bye.
See you guys.
And welcome. How are we doing? It's great to be with you this evening. Glad you could join us for stream. Some of you may heard me a little bit earlier, kind of introducing things, you know. But it's great to see you all here in the Twitch chat today, and of course live on Steam as well. I hope you all having a wonderful week so far. And of course, I'm joined by a very, very special guest, a little bit of a legend, almost like here at SS, and now becoming what I would say almost like a mascot. Is Trucker Dog. Trucker Dog, how are you doing?
Hey everyone, I'm doing great. It's nice to be back at the office after a long while, working in a home office.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking a little bit about it earlier, about how long and how fast time goes. You forget that it was last at the office this many months ago, this many months ago. So it's really, really strange to know that hey, we've gone into a new year and it's been so long we've been at the office. So but it must be nice for you to be back.
It is. It's really nice. It's also very nice to meet a couple of work colleagues as well who are here. So this is really good.
That's awesome. And of course, Happy New Year, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas period as well. I know we're 2 weeks into January now, but that's fine. Still got to give those kind of greetings. I haven't seen you in such a long time, so it's just like, it just feels like it's been absolutely weird. Forever. So,
definitely.
Thank you for...
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was all good. I actually got 2 model trucks gifts.
Really?
So,
okay.
I don't have them here. You can see my DAF, but that's a different story.
And what 2 model trucks did you get?
I got I think both of them are DAF trucks actually.
Nice.
One of them has a wolf paint job on it, and the other one is an orange DAF. Kind of like the one I'm driving today, actually.
I was going to say, I think it's quite evident that you really enjoy your DAF trucks, as you've got one ready to go.
Yeah, I do enjoy my DAF trucks, I do. Unfortunately, however, I work not unfortunately, it's more like fortunately, I work with American Truck Simulator. Because I really like American trucks, so I mean, my favorite European truck is DAF, but I really love our American trucks, especially the latest one we released, the Freight Type Cascadia.
Beautiful truck,
yeah, it's really really nice.
Yeah, I've been.
So I guess I'll go and grab a job and start driving.
Yeah,
I think.
by all means, feel free to jump in.
Yeah.
You know, choose where you want to go. You are the driver tonight, so I have no. You know, I'm all the way in London. I can't do anything, so this is all down to you. If you got it on you. Like we said, we've got a professional truck driver on the stream today, so hopefully no incidents, right?
Oh, I cannot promise
No
anything like
promises,
this.
like anybody else. But yeah,
Yeah, I think a couple of people on the stream will already know that I am very known for making accidents. So,
well,
yeah.
everybody, if you're new to the stream, welcome along. It's great to have you along with us. If you've never kind of seen one of these streams before, this is one of our interview developer gameplay streams where we chat with a member of the SCS software team, the developers of Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, and basically we just kind of get to know them, what they do here at SCS, what kind of things they like, how they got into the job, and of course you'll feel free to ask questions in the chat as well, but we do have kind of a set list. Maybe if we can do some introductions, I'll introduce myself first. Hello everybody, my name is Alex. I'm a community manager here at SCS Software. We've been working here for now 2+ years, which is crazy to me. Time goes flying, doesn't it? And yeah, I'm from, as you can see, well, this way, very rainy in London, UK, is where I'm located right now. And joining us, of course, Trucker Dog, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I will introduce myself. I'm just undecided if I should take the train axles because trains, I like trains.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but it's quite a long journey, so I'm gonna take the side mill.
Sounds like a good choice. Yeah, it's shorter journey.
Yeah, it's a bit short. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I love my trains, but not this time. I need to make an exception anyway.
Hey, that's all good. That's all good. I'm sure we'll see some along the way for sure.
Yeah, probably. Introduce myself. Okay. Well, most people know me as Gold, the railway dog, trucker dog at work. But my real name, why is this not forward? Right. So my real name is actually Pedro, Portuguese name, Portugal originally. I've been living in Czech Republic for, I don't know, already a lot of time. 6 years, 7 years almost, something like that.
Wow.
More or less. Yeah, I started working at SCS Software. Now with the whole Corona thing, I'm a bit confused to be honest. But I started working here, I don't know, it was almost 2 years ago, I think. I think it's almost 2 years. I think this year is going to be 2 years since I started working.
Nice.
Yo, what you doing, mate?
QA tester for American Truck Simulator, which is great. It's a really fun job, I must tell you. It's really amazing. I've got a really good team. I've got really good work colleagues. It's really, really awesome. It's very enjoyable.
And for anyone that doesn't know what a QA test is, maybe you could explain it a little bit. You spend a lot of time in the game, that's what I know, that's for sure.
Press the key, because with my big paws...
Anything can happen, let's see.
There you go. Yeah, okay. I managed it, so it's fine. Okay. Well, a QA tester is pretty much the person who makes quality assurance testing on the game. So I test, or basically what I'm doing is to make sure that the game is delivered to our fans without big mistakes or errors or stuff that can crash the game and stuff like that. It can involve a lot of things like testing the maps, testing the trucks, testing trailers. And this, what I do is like, for example, the trucks. Normally for making a truck simulator, I test them all. So Freight Mario Cascadia was not different. Basically, you have to test how the truck model looks, if it looks accurate, if it looks okay, if it's correct, displaying correct textures, if the lights work properly, you know, everything, animations, levels of detail, lots of things really. It involves a lot of work. So yeah, it takes a while, but it's really fun because then you get to see the whole development of the vehicle, let's say. You see it from the beginning when you start working with the trucks. They don't look as pretty as they get to the end user. You know, they are still, they have some stuff incomplete. They don't have the normal sounds, for example. Yeah, there's a lot to take into consideration. A lot a lot of the changes during testing. In terms of maps, well, we do a very interesting check on a map, and this is something that I always enjoyed a lot as a QA tester. Thing is that on the maps, for example, when I started working at SCS, the first map I started working was in Utah, and Utah was very much empty. Like, the first thing that the map designer started doing is sort of a draw, how to say, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like a preview, let's say, or a layout, we call it the road layout. So basically only roads are there. There's no buildings, there's nothing. There's only roads and collisions. That's the first thing we test, is to see if the road layouts are good, if they don't have any weird mistakes with collisions and stuff like that. So we double check everything in that regard, and then the map designers will start adding more detail, and we'll check it later and so on like this.
It sounds like you require a lot of attention to detail. Like, you're always having to look out for things all the time. And you know, for a lot of people, like, we're driving just right now on the highway, you know, you wouldn't really be paying attention to the things around you. But I guess when you are doing that sort of testing, you really got to look at every kind of inch of the map, right?
Yeah, basically, yes. We get like very specific instructions for testing, and I just noticed I missed a road there.
That's all right.
So I'm going to the wrong place right now, or I mean, I will have to turn around somewhere, but that's fine. Anyway, we get like really specific instructions for testing, because of course, for example, when we are going to test the road layout, naturally, we are not going to test more than this. We're just going to test the layout, because that's what we are working on at the moment. But yeah, we test if the vegetation is good, there's no, for example, rocks in the middle of the road or stuff like that, or if you can escape the road and fall from a bridge and stuff like that. There's a lot to test really.
I can imagine you can end up seeing some quite funny little bugs that in the world.
Yeah,
I know in our
definitely.
streams we've shown up sometimes some of the funnier bugs that we see, but obviously a lot of the time you don't show that sort of stuff. I imagine you do see some things that make you laugh during your job, right?
Yeah, definitely. Trucks flying, cars falling from the road. It can be anything really. It happens, a lot of funny stuff. Yeah.
Expect the unexpected, as they say, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And sometimes make it on purpose to see if it does something.
Oh, okay, yeah, because of course you've got to kind of think of every scenario where a driver might be doing something. You know, you'd hope most people, right, are driving on the road normally as you are right now, you know, nice and smooth, you know, just chilling out. But everyone plays the game in a little bit of a different way, and we've seen that from lots of different types of players. For example, when we had the Formula 1 streamers come on and play the truck game, they were doing a bit more of a racing fashion, for example. So I imagine you're going to have to look out for lots of things that might happen there as well.
Yep, that's pretty much it, yeah.
So we've learned a little bit about what you do at SCS Software, and it's really, really interesting to hear. There's already lots of people talking about it in the chat. But maybe you could go into a little bit of your history. This is kind of before SCS, and what kind of things you were doing before then. Were you in education before? Is it something that you had studied for, or that you would actually hope to do, or did you have other ambitions before joining SCS Software?
Yeah, well, actually, this is a very interesting question, and a really good thing to know. Is that since I was young, I've always liked trains, and everyone knows. So I'm still a huge train fanatic. So I still like my trains a lot. I still play with the trains a lot. But my dream job, was to become a train driver. So I would like to actually drive trains for a job. But then I moved to the Czech Republic, and I worked as a travel, rather passenger advisor, I would say, sort of a call center job, basically, for helping passengers with the airline tickets and stuff like that. And then I started playing ETS too. I was wondering who's making the game, like who is behind, who's the developer, just curiosity. I found out it was SCS Software. They are from Prague, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. and I was curious, just checked the job offers, saw tester, and I was like, okay, well, I play the game, I like simulators a lot, and in the past I've also tested a few open games, like there's this train simulator called Open Rails, for example, so I started out with this as well. So yeah, I tried my luck, got an interview, got lucky, and here I am. And I must admit that although I still like my trains, I would not ever think that a dream job can be working in a company like this. So I think I will leave my trains as a hobby and enjoy my career in STR software, because it's really amazing here.
It really is something special. Everyone we've spoken to has always kind of brought up something different that they like about the company, and we'll get into that a little bit later for sure. But when you joined SCS Software, have you always kind of been in the same position, or have you progressed in any way, or is this something you've been doing the whole time since you've been there?
It's been the same thing the whole time. The first thing that I started learning was map testing, but then I started learning the vehicles testing, features, game features, and stuff like that.
All right, so there's like different
but it's
levels
still the
to
same
it,
position.
Right? So there's different levels to it, so you have to learn about each separate thing and what you're kind of looking out for. I'm guessing this is what you're trained on.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you cannot learn everything at once. The thing with being a tester is that you sort of have to understand literally every aspect of the game. Because, for example, map designers are more dedicated to map designing itself. Meanwhile, asset designers are designing the assets themselves. But we have to understand a bit of everything. So we have to understand if there's something wrong with the asset, and we have to know what to report, where to report, to whom to assign the report, stuff like that.
Yeah, I can imagine like a lot of people don't realize there's actually quite a complicated process behind it, in terms of it's not as simple of finding a bug and then just saying to someone, oh, you need to fix this. There's actually a kind of a larger system in place, right, where there's lots of levels to it.
Definitely.
Yeah, because when I first joined the company, I actually helped out with testing for a little bit just while things were getting set up. And I remember, behind the scenes, there's like different kind of levels of priority and stuff like that as well, where like if it's kind of game breaking or if it's like lesser, and there's kind of like a bit of a queue to it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much also our job, is to organize the bug reports that we get or that we make and prioritize them depending on how serious they are, or how they affect the gameplay. So.
Makes sense. And what would you say are probably some of the more challenging aspects of your work? Is there anything that you find really difficult? Is there like little things that you always kind of miss out on, or would you say it's pretty consistently difficult?
I'd say it's pretty consistently difficult because there's always something new, and there's always something that escapes us, unfortunately. We do our best, we correct lots of mistakes before the stuff is out, but as you know, and everyone knows, people always come to us on the forums to tell us, oh, you have a bug here, you have a missing signal there, you have a hole up there. Sometimes there are stuff that we either don't see, or it showed up later, or there's lots of changes. So anything can happen. Really.
And I imagine as we're seeing things progress as well, I know you haven't been at the company for a long time, but technology and different little ways that we're creating things change all the time, and I can imagine that can bring in new challenges as well. Of course, we've been showing up on our blog lots of cool things that are up and coming. For example, I've seen in the chat talking about the new visual lighting system, which looks fantastic. I wish we could be showing it right now, but it's still a work in progress. It's still under development. I imagine you've had some time to play with it, right?
Oh yeah, yes. Actually, the new light is something that I've been testing. Well, not me myself only, of course. I'm not the only person on the team on QA for ATS, but the whole team of ATS has been testing the new light, as well as for ETS, of course. And we've been quite enjoying how how it's everything changing. But you know, in the beginning, it was really crazy because lots of the trucks were not ready for it. There was lots of problems, bugs, or whatever. So lots of stuff is already fixed. Other stuff is working in progress because we have to adapt everything to the new light. We have to adapt the assets, the map, the vehicles, the lighting itself, the lights on the assets, lots of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot behind it, and so with that, obviously, I imagine it brings new challenges for your team. And how many people are actually in your team?
Oh, that's a good question.
I guess it's kind of hard to visualize now because it's like you haven't been sitting at the office for such a long time now, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is a good question. How many of us are there? We're not a big team, to be honest. QA testers, but I would need to think about it really. we're not that many, but it's a small group, I'd say. If I'm not mistaken, probably around 10 people or so.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, and that's only for ATS, of course. So there's also about the same amount of people, I'd say, for ATS too. Because in the meantime, we've also been getting new people working with us.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great to see lots of new people joining the team as well, and I imagine we're seeing lots of growth in different areas of the company as well, which is always exciting news, not only for us as colleagues and workers, but also for the community as well, because I'm sure they can see the growth in the company, and that means hopefully more content to come out in the future for everybody as well. And so you're talking a little bit about how much you really like SCS software a little bit earlier, and maybe you could share with us some of the things that you like some of your favorite things about SCS software. Would you say it's the people there? Would you say it's the office space? Because the office is lovely. We have snooker tables.
The office.
It's great.
I was talking with you earlier about that just before we started the stream. That when I came to the office now, because I've been away from working from home, and I went right directly to my seat. My desk, let's say, and I said, I really missed it. I missed it a lot. I even tweeted about it. And but what I like a lot about the company is the people, the colleagues, everyone, Pavel, my boss, my team leader, my workers, so basically everyone that I like here, because everyone is so nice. The whole team is very friendly. It's quite a pity that we have had to be far away from each other now during the release of Colorado, because normally we would do a nice release party and stuff. But unfortunately, it was not possible because of the COVID situation. So that was a bit sad. But on the other hand, we did the online conversation, I think, it was fun. So there's that. Also, I'll say, I don't know. There's so many stuff. The work itself is lots of fun. You have lots of opportunities. Not as only as a tester, but if you're interested into modeling stuff, for example, then you have a chance to become someone from the vehicles team or the asset team or something like that. So you learn a lot. For example, on my free time, I do sometimes some modeling for Train Simulator, and
good question.
Good question. It looks like it's the shortest.
I think it was solid.
Yeah, it's a ton. On my free time, I do some models for Train Simulator, and I've been showing my progress to my colleagues here at work. And some of my colleagues already told me, when are you going to tell or join the asset team, the vehicles team? I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I do this for fun, huh? But who knows in the future, But the thing is that I've got work colleagues who are working on the truck models on the AI train, which is something I test as well. Of course, actually, right now the AI trains all pass through my hands.
Alright, because we got the obviously somebody who has the best knowledge of it in the office.
Yeah, exactly. So there's also that, yeah.
That's really, really cool. And it's kind of cool to hear that you've been learning that sort of stuff in your free time, but also that we've heard it before on the stream that SCS is always willing to let you try out new things if you want to. Like I know there's opportunities for people to maybe try and learn a little bit of mapping or gain a little bit of experience. And here's an interesting question. I'm just throwing this one out on the fly, but if you wasn't doing testing, which other department do you think you'd like to work in at SCS?
Well, if I could, vehicles department.
Yeah.
Because I would model the trains.
Of course. I would not be expecting any other answer. I don't think. All right. So now here's another interesting question for you. Of course, you're quite surrounded by the community as well. I know you're on Twitter a lot and you speak with a lot of forums and such like that, and YouTube and stuff as well. So I think quite a few people know you. I imagine a lot of people in the chat right now on Twitch and on Steam as well. Recognize you as well from some of our conversations as well. But if you could bring anything into your Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator Net, what would you bring? It could be anything.
That's an easy question.
Yeah.
A train?
A train?
No, I mean, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, speaking of trucks itself, stop. Something silly there. Okay, you let me pass this time. You know what? I'm a huge fan of older trucks, and I'm quite amazed what the community can do in terms of modding. One of my personal favorite mod trucks is the American Kenworth K100. There was something like E, I think. Yeah, it's a K100E, which is a cab over truck. And I'm actually a fan of it because many years ago, and I had no idea, but many years ago I used to play 18 Wheels of Steel, Pedal to the Metal. And this game also had the cab overs. I had no idea that after a couple of years I would end up working for the company.
It's weird, right?
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
That's really cool. What I was going to say about them.
So if I could bring something in terms of trucks in the game, I'd bring the Carovers or classic old trucks.
The classic old sport. So you're talking about classic American trucks specifically, or just in general?
Just in general, I'd say. Carovers especially, because I'm a fan of Carover trucks. Anything. When I started working at SCS, my favorite truck quickly became Kenworth W900, and over time, then after that, we got testing, or rather, I got for testing. I think it was Anthem. I think it was the first truck, or rather, no, actually, first truck I got actually to test was Lone Star International.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and then I got the Mac Anthem. The Mac Anthem became my favorite because I don't know, the truck looks really nice. It looks modern. It looks rather robust. I don't know how to say it.
Robust and rugged.
Yeah. So it looks really nice.
Yeah, no, I think I'm a big fan of the Mac myself as well, actually. Especially when it's in the black kind of layout. It just looks kind of like a meat machine.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds neat, it's really good. However, now that we've released Freightliner plus KDI, I must admit, I am enjoying it a lot, especially because it had a train horn on it.
that was a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that because we used an aftermarket, well, I say aftermarket.
Yeah, it was an aftermarket
part.
I asked actually.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I went to the sound engineer and told him, hey, guys, is it normal that the truck is sounding like a train? Because I don't want to make it as a bug because I love it. So, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, it was on the truck, so we recorded it." It's like, okay, well fine, we'll leave it.
I'm really glad they kept it actually. It's a lot of fun to use on the roads.
yeah, people are loving it. Yeah, I sometimes go on Twitch and see people playing our games. There's this streamer. Donnie, I think it is. He's a really funny guy, and he was playing Cascadia right after it was released, and I told him to use the horn because he will do the maze better. He kept honking the horn like crazy, like just like me actually.
Yeah, I think
It's impossible not to.
the first time I did it, I also thought it was like. Well, in fact, no. The first time I watched it was when I don't know if you know Riot Stream on Facebook.
Yeah,
He was streaming it just after its release. Another point, unfortunately, I hadn't had a chance to try the truck yet, so I was watching him play and do it, and then he used the horn, and the train horn came out, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, hold up a minute." He was like, "Is that one of my mods that's conflicting, or is that is that in the game?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Alex, is this in the game?" And I was just like, I don't know. Is it in the game? Because I wasn't really sure, and it turns out it was actually in the game, and now I love it. I think it's my favorite thing about the truck for sure.
Yeah, it's really nice. Cascadia, once we were developing it, because of course like I said, with most trucks and American trucks since Lone Star, I would test them. So every truck has passed through me. And Freightliner Cascadia, I was quite happy with it because it brings a lot of tuning options from the start. And the guys with the vehicles team did an amazing job with it. The model visually looks pretty nice. Yeah, it sounds nice as well. I'm really glad that the sound engineer or the sound team was able to go to record the sound in Germany for it. So we have very good sound. I mean, I know that the sound topic for the community is a bit, how to say, not everyone agrees with the sounds. Personally, I don't think they are that bad, but it's all a matter of taste. I know that people like noisy trucks, like stuff that Kriegbaum does, and I personally also like them, but I also have already had the chance to travel on a real DAF truck, and when I heard it in the real life, and I was telling my friend who has the truck, and I told him, look, in our game, it sounds exactly like the same thing. Like it sounds like it is in the game. So I'm not sure where people say, yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It really depends on each person's opinion. But again, I cannot really speak about Euro trucks a lot because I work mostly with American trucks, let's say.
Yeah.
But I was involved in the testing of the sounds of the Freightliner Cascadia, making sure that it looks nice, finely tuned. I bothered a lot my work colleagues of the sounds with it as well. Yeah, they were already tired of me, but I told them, no, we really have to get it really nice. I want people to hear what the truck sounds like, and I think they've done great in the end. I think it sounds really nice.
I think so. So yeah, they've done a really nice job with them. And as you're saying, a lot of people have their own personal preferences. Of course, when we updated our sound engine to F1, it was a lot more tuning sound-wise for people. So I know that made people a lot happier as well. And but of course, like you're saying, there is mods out there, and we can't ignore that they exist because we've even had quite a few of the modders who've worked in the past now working at SCS, and they do fantastic things for the community. I know there's lots of modders out there who do some really, really good mods for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. It always blows my mind every time I see something new. Most recently,